Have you ever wondered why some people in their 60s and 70s still move with that spark in their step, while others, around the same age, struggle to get through the day? You've seen it, haven't you? That friend who still tends their garden, walks the dog every morning, laughs with ease, and then another who always seems tired, forgetful, or weighed down by one health issue after another. It makes you stop and think, what makes the difference? Is it luck? Good genes? Or maybe, something deeper? Here's the truth, a lot of what we call getting old isn't really aging, it's habit. Little things we overlook every single day. Tiny mistakes that quietly chip away at our health until one morning, we wake up and realize, we're not the same anymore. And the sad part? Most people don't even know they're doing it. Maybe you've noticed yourself feeling more tired than usual. Or maybe food doesn't taste quite the same. You tell yourself, it's just old age. But what if it's not? What if there are hidden mistakes, avoidable mistakes, that are making you weaker, not older? Imagine this, two people, both the same age. One wakes up feeling stiff and groggy, reaching for pills before breakfast. The other starts their day with energy, purpose, and a smile. Both of them have lived long lives. Both have faced their share of struggles. But one simple difference separates them, how they've treated their body, their mind, and their daily habits. If you're over 60, what you do now matters more than ever. Every sip of water, every meal, every choice to rest or move, it all adds up. Because the truth is, your body listens. It listens to what you give it, how you treat it, and even how you think about it. And I want you to remember this, it's never too late to make a change. These years, your golden years, can still be filled with life, laughter, and strength. You just have to avoid the traps that quietly hold so many people back. That's exactly what we're diving into today. In this video, we're uncovering 5 dangerous health mistakes that far too many people over 60 make, without realizing the damage they cause. These aren't medical lectures. These are real, simple truths that can completely change how you age. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid, and the small, powerful choices that can help you feel more alive than you have in years. But before we get started, I want to hear from you. What's one healthy habit you've been trying to build lately? Maybe drinking more water? Walking a bit more? Eating better? Drop it in the comments below, and if you're ready to stay strong, sharp, and independent well into your golden years, just type, "I'm here." And hey, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This channel is all about helping you live not just longer, but better. Because aging isn't about counting years, it's about making each one count. Now, let's talk about those 5 dangerous health mistakes you should never ignore. Let's start with one of the most underestimated dangers of aging, dehydration. Picture this. It's a warm afternoon. The sun's out, and your dad says, "I'm fine, I don't need water." He's sitting comfortably in his chair, watching his favorite show, maybe even dozing off. Hours go by, and by evening, he looks a little tired. His speech slows, his head feels light, and he struggles to focus. You hand him a glass of water, but he waves it off again, "I'm not thirsty." It sounds harmless, right? But what most people don't realize is that dehydration doesn't always announce itself with thirst. It creeps in quietly, almost invisibly. And before you know it, it can cause confusion, fatigue, low blood pressure, urinary infections, and in more severe cases, even hospitalization. You see, as we age, something subtle happens inside the body. Our sense of thirst begins to fade. The body's internal signals become weaker. You don't feel thirsty, so you drink less. And on top of that, the body loses its ability to retain water efficiently. What used to be enough hydration in your 40 or 50 simply isn't enough anymore in your 60 or 70. You might think you're drinking plenty, maybe a few cups of tea or coffee throughout the day, but here's the catch: caffeine actually works against you. It increases fluid loss. So while you might feel refreshed for a moment, your body is quietly drying out. And dehydration doesn't always look like a dry mouth or cracked lips. Sometimes, it shows up as muscle cramps, tiredness, or dizziness when you stand. Sometimes it's just a foggy feeling you can't quite shake. You might even confuse it with memory problems or just getting old. But often, it's not age, it's your body begging for water. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Many seniors limit their fluid intake intentionally because they don't want to visit the bathroom too often, especially at night. It's understandable, getting up several times can be uncomfortable or even risky. But the cost of avoiding water is far greater. Without enough hydration, your organs struggle, your heart works harder, and your skin, joints, and brain all suffer quietly. Think about it, your body is nearly 60% water. Every single cell depends on it to function properly. When that balance drops, everything else does too, your energy, your mood, even your ability to think clearly. But here's the good news, staying hydrated doesn't mean chugging down gallons at once. In fact, it's the opposite. What matters is consistency. Sipping small amounts of water throughout the day is far more effective than gulping it down all at once. Try this, keep a water bottle nearby, one that's marked with gentle reminders for each hour. Or if plain water feels dull, infuse it with lemon, mint, or cucumber. You can also get fluids from hydrating foods, think watermelon, oranges, cucumbers, soups, and broths. You might be surprised how much better you'll feel when you're properly hydrated. More alert, more energetic, more you. Your skin feels smoother, your joints ache less, and your mood lightens. Hydration might seem like a small detail, but it's one of the quiet protectors of good health. It supports your heart, your kidneys, your digestion, and even your memory. So don't wait until you feel thirsty, by then, your body is already asking for help. Make water a habit, not an afterthought. But hydration is just one of the silent mistakes that can sneak up on us. Let's talk about another silent mistake that slowly robs the body of its strength, neglecting muscle health. You might not notice it at first. It doesn't happen overnight. But one day, you bend down to pick something up, and it feels a little heavier than it used to. Or maybe the stairs that once felt easy now leave you catching your breath halfway up. You tell yourself, it's just part of getting older. But deep down, you know something's changing. Let me tell you about Mary. Mary loved gardening. Every morning, she'd be outside, hands in the soil, smiling at the sunrise. It was her peace, her little slice of joy. But one spring, she started to notice that her knees hurt a bit more than usual. So, she decided to take a break, just for a few days. Those days turned into weeks. Then months. When she finally went back to her garden, she realized something shocking. The tools felt heavier. The bending and lifting that once came naturally now felt like a chore. And the grocery bag she used to carry with ease? Suddenly, it was a struggle. That's muscle loss. What doctors call sarcopenia, a slow, steady loss of muscle mass that begins after the age of 50. You see, every year after that, if we don't actively work those muscles, the body quietly lets them go. About 1 to 2% disappears yearly, and with it goes strength, balance, and confidence. The scary part is, it happens whether you notice it or not. You can be eating well, sleeping fine, and still be losing muscle simply because you're not using it enough. And this loss doesn't just affect how strong you feel, it changes everything. It affects your balance, your ability to get up from a chair, to climb stairs, to carry groceries, even to catch yourself from a small stumble. Little by little, independence starts to slip away. The truth is, your muscles are your body's armor. They protect your bones, support your joints, and keep your metabolism active. When they weaken, everything else struggles to keep up. But here's the problem, too many seniors believe that strength training is for the young. They picture sweaty gyms, heavy dumbbells, and loud music, and they think, that's not for me. But here's what most people don't know: strength training isn't about lifting big weights. It's about staying strong enough to live life fully. It's about being able to stand from a chair without help. To open that stubborn jar. To hold your grandchild without your arms trembling. To walk with confidence instead of fear. And it doesn't take much. You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership. You can start right where you are. Sit and stand from your chair a few times a day without using your hands. Try light dumbbells or resistance bands for 10 to 15 minutes daily. Even simple stretches and movements, done consistently, can rebuild lost strength faster than you'd imagine. Think of it like this: every time you move your body, you're reminding your muscles that you still need them. You're telling your body, don't give up on me yet. I'm still here. I'm still fighting. And the payoff? It's more than just stronger arms or legs. It's freedom. It's independence. It's the ability to live on your own terms, to stay active, capable, and confident. So, don't let the fear of exercise hold you back. You don't have to lift heavy weights to make a difference. You just have to start. Move a little more today than you did yesterday. Keep your muscles alive, and they'll keep you standing strong for years to come. But even if your body grows stronger, there's another trap waiting, one that hides right on your plate. Because what's the use of a strong body, if the food you eat is quietly working against your health? The third mistake: eating too little, or eating the wrong foods. It often starts with good intentions. After retirement, you slow down a bit. You're not as active as before, so you eat lighter meals. Maybe just a piece of toast for breakfast, a cup of coffee for lunch, and something simple for dinner. It seems easier, it feels manageable, and you tell yourself, I'm not as hungry as I used to be, so I don't need much. But here's the truth: what seems like eating light is often the beginning of malnutrition. Your body, even now, still needs fuel, real fuel, to keep your organs strong, your brain sharp, and your energy stable. The difference between feeling alive and feeling drained often comes down to what's on your plate. As we age, our bodies change. Our metabolism slows down, yes, but that doesn't mean our need for nutrients does. In fact, it's the opposite. We need more of certain things: more protein to maintain muscle, more fiber to keep digestion healthy, more vitamins and minerals to protect against disease. But older adults often face quiet challenges that make eating enough harder. Maybe your appetite isn't what it used to be. Maybe chewing is uncomfortable because of dental issues. Maybe food just doesn't taste as good anymore. So, meals become smaller, simpler, and less nourishing. And here's where the real danger begins. Without realizing it, your body starts running on empty. You might feel tired all the time. You might notice your skin healing slower, or your memory feeling a little fuzzy. You might catch colds more often. These aren't random signs of age, they're the body whispering, I'm not getting what I need. Many people also make the mistake of cutting back on food to control weight. You might think, I'm not moving as much, so I should eat less. But eating less doesn't just reduce calories, it reduces strength. Over time, it weakens your muscles, lowers your immune system, and leaves you more vulnerable to illness. You see, it's not about eating less, it's about eating right. It's about giving your body the nutrients that keep it alive and thriving. Start with simple changes. Replace empty snacks with nourishing ones. Have a bowl of oatmeal topped with nuts or berries in the morning, it gives you energy and fiber. Add scrambled eggs or a little yogurt for protein. For lunch, go for soups filled with vegetables, beans, or chicken. And never skip breakfast, it sets the tone for your entire day. If food has lost its flavor, experiment. Use herbs, spices, a little olive oil, or lemon to bring meals to life. And if chewing is difficult, try softer foods, smoothies, mashed vegetables, blended soups. There's always a way to eat well, it just takes a bit of creativity and care. Remember, food is more than fuel. It's medicine. It's comfort. It's your body's strongest defense against the things that make aging harder than it needs to be. The goal isn't to fill your stomach, it's to feed your life. Because when you eat right, you think clearer, move easier, sleep better, and recover faster. You feel alive again. But even the healthiest diet can only do so much if your nights are restless. You might be eating the right foods, drinking enough water, even moving your body, but if you're not sleeping well, your body never truly heals. Let's talk about another dangerous mistake that far too many people ignore, the quiet thief that steals your energy, your focus, and your peace: lack of sleep. Have you ever heard someone proudly say, "I only sleep 4 hours a night and I'm fine"? It's almost worn like a badge of honor, proof of strength, of endurance. But as the years pass, that lack of rest begins to take a quiet toll, one that most people don't notice until it's too late. In youth, you might get away with it, pushing through days with little sleep, relying on coffee and adrenaline. But in later life, sleep isn't a luxury, it's medicine. It's the body's most powerful form of repair. During deep sleep, something remarkable happens. The brain doesn't just rest, it cleans itself. It clears away toxins that build up during the day, the very waste that scientists now link to memory loss and cognitive decline. When you sleep well, your mind resets, your immune system strengthens, and your blood pressure stabilizes. But when you don't, the opposite happens. Your body stays in a constant state of tension. Your heart works harder. Your memory dulls. Your focus slips. And over time, your risk for heart disease, diabetes, and even dementia increases dramatically. The truth is, poor sleep is not just part of getting older. It's often a signal that something deeper is going on. Maybe it's anxiety that keeps you awake at night. Maybe it's the side effects of medication. Maybe it's discomfort from arthritis, or even sleep apnea, where breathing repeatedly stops and starts without you realizing it. Yet many seniors accept sleeplessness as normal. They toss and turn, watch late-night television, or scroll through their phones in bed, convincing themselves, it's just how it is now. But that mindset quietly robs the body of the recovery it so desperately needs. You see, sleep is the time when the body repairs what the day has worn down. It's when muscles rebuild. It's when your heart slows and recovers. It's when your immune system recharges its defenses. Without it, no amount of vitamins or healthy meals can truly restore your vitality. So, how do you protect this sacred time of healing? Start with routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body thrives on rhythm. It's how your internal clock stays balanced. Make your room a place of calm. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Keep the temperature slightly cool, your body sleeps best that way. Avoid screens, TV, phones, tablets, because their bright light tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Instead, build a peaceful ritual. Maybe you read a few pages of a favorite book, listen to soft instrumental music, or practice slow breathing. Some people find comfort in writing down their thoughts before bed. It helps release the mind from its nighttime worries. If you nap during the day, keep it short, no more than 20 or 30 minutes. Too long, and it steals from your nighttime rest. And if sleep still feels impossible, talk to your doctor. Sometimes, it's not just about habits, it's about underlying issues that need attention. Sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, medication interactions, these can all interfere with deep rest, and each one has a solution once identified. Because when you finally start sleeping well again, you'll feel the difference almost instantly. Your mornings will feel lighter. Your thoughts will sharpen. Your energy will return. It's like turning back the clock, not by years, but by quality of life. Never underestimate the power of sleep. It's not wasted time, it's healing time. But even if you eat right, exercise daily, and sleep deeply, there's still one final mistake that silently affects millions of older adults. It's not about the body at all, it's about the heart. Because no matter how well your body functions, if your spirit feels lonely, unseen, or forgotten, true health remains out of reach. Let's talk about the quiet epidemic of emotional neglect, and how loneliness, more than any disease, is reshaping the lives of today's elders. Think about John, once the life of every gathering, always cracking jokes at the dinner table, always the first to show up when someone needed a hand. But after losing his wife, something changed. The laughter faded. He stopped visiting friends, skipped church, and stayed home, just to rest. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. His phone stopped ringing because he stopped answering. His energy dropped, his appetite disappeared, and soon even simple things, like getting dressed or taking a walk, felt like heavy burdens. At first, people thought it was just grief. But what many didn't realize was that John wasn't just sad, he was lonely. And loneliness, my friend, is far more dangerous than most people think. Recent studies show that loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Imagine that, 15 cigarettes. It weakens the immune system, raises blood pressure, triggers chronic inflammation, and even speeds up cognitive decline. For older adults, it can lead to memory loss, depression, and in many cases, a shortened lifespan. You see, humans were never meant to live in isolation. We are wired for connection, for voices that call our names, for laughter that fills our homes, for the comfort of someone who listens and understands. Yet, in this digital age, it's easier than ever to drift away quietly. Some tell themselves, everyone's busy. I don't want to bother anyone. Others believe that keeping to themselves is harmless. But silence can become a trap. And the longer we stay in it, the harder it becomes to step out. What many people forget is that connection doesn't have to mean big gatherings or loud parties. Sometimes it's as simple as calling an old friend, chatting with a neighbor, or joining a small community group. Even brief moments of human warmth, sharing stories, laughter, or just presence, feed the soul in ways medicine never can. If you're listening right now and thinking, it's been a while since I reached out, maybe today is the day to change that. Call that old friend. Visit your local senior center. Volunteer at a nearby school or hospital. There are people who would be thrilled to hear from you, even if you don't realize it. And if mobility or distance makes it hard, don't overlook the gift of technology. A simple video call, an online hobby group, or even a chat community for seniors can bridge miles and bring faces and voices right back into your world. It's not about being online, it's about staying connected. Because when you reconnect, something beautiful happens. Your energy lifts. Your mind brightens. Your days begin to have shape again. You start waking up with purpose, knowing someone, somewhere, is expecting to hear your voice. Loneliness is not just the absence of company, it's the absence of shared life. And the good news is, it can be reversed. One call, one visit, one conversation at a time. These 5 mistakes, dehydration, neglecting muscle health, poor eating habits, sleep deprivation, and social withdrawal, may seem small when you look at them individually. But together, they hold the power to define how gracefully, or painfully, you age. The choices you make each day are not just about surviving, they're about living fully. And the beauty is, it's never too late to start again. Because aging gracefully isn't about avoiding wrinkles or pretending to be young. It's about protecting your strength, your joy, and your connection to the world around you. It's about waking up every morning knowing you still have a reason to smile, to move, to share, and to care. And remember, you don't have to face these changes alone. Every small effort counts. Every habit shift matters. Every conversation brings you one step closer to a healthier, happier, more vibrant version of yourself. So, as we move forward, let's carry this truth with us: your later years are not the end of your story. They're the chapters where wisdom, peace, and purpose come alive. And that, my friend, begins with choosing connection over isolation, every single day. Watching yourself, or someone you love, struggle with things that could have been prevented, it's one of the hardest things in life. To see once steady hands begin to tremble, or a once bright smile fade into silence, simply because no one knew better, because no one talked about it. It's heartbreaking. But here's the truth: aging doesn't have to mean suffering. It doesn't have to mean losing the parts of yourself that make life worth living. You are not powerless. You are not destined for decline. You have far more control than you think. These 5 mistakes we've talked about: dehydration, weak muscles, poor nutrition, sleepless nights, and loneliness, they're not signs that you're broken. They're signals from your body and your spirit, asking for care, attention, and love. And once you see them for what they are, you can do something beautiful: you can act. You can shift from fear to empowerment. Because awareness changes everything. You're no longer just reacting to what aging brings, you're taking charge of it. Think about that for a moment. Every sip of water you take, every stretch you make, every healthy meal, every good night's sleep, and every heartfelt conversation, it all builds a stronger, happier version of you. Tonight, before you go to bed, do something kind for your future self. Drink that extra glass of water. Walk a few more steps than you did yesterday. Call that person you've been thinking about but haven't reached out to. These aren't grand gestures, they're small promises to yourself. Promises that say, I'm still here. I still matter. I'm still choosing life. Your body may grow older, yes, but your spirit? That can stay forever young, curious, kind, and full of light. Every mindful choice you make, every moment you nurture yourself, is a gift. A gift to you, and to those who love you. Because aging gracefully isn't about defying time, it's about embracing it with wisdom, with dignity, and with peace. It's about knowing that your best days don't have to be behind you. They can still be right here, in front of you, waiting for you to claim them. So hold on to that hope. Hold on to that strength. Because the story of your life isn't over yet. So, let's take a moment to recap. Avoid these 5 mistakes that quietly harm so many people after 60, neglecting hydration, skipping strength training, eating too little, or the wrong foods, underestimating the power of sleep, and withdrawing from social connection. Each one is preventable. Each one can be reversed. And each small change you make brings you closer to a life that feels stronger, freer, and more fulfilled. But now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 mistakes surprised you the most? Or maybe you've faced one of them yourself, and found a way to overcome it. Share your story in the comments below. Because your experience could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this video spoke to you, if it gave you something to think about, something to change, or something to hope for, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more seniors and families discover these vital messages and live healthier, happier lives. And don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide for daily videos designed to help you stay strong, wise, and fulfilled through every stage of aging. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, aging isn't about losing time, it's about gaining wisdom. It's about finding joy in every sunrise, gratitude in every breath, and peace in knowing that your journey still has meaning. Stay healthy. Stay hopeful. And I'll see you in the next video.